Hello, friends and lovers. Welcome back to Nodebuster. We are on, what are we? This is episode 4, right? I think we're on episode 4 at least. And we just uncovered some weird crap going on. If you missed any other episodes, I got a link in the description for the playlist. We have lots of blue, and we started going into this. We don't know what these do. In fact, I don't even know if I started to run after clicking the to infinity baloney here. So I'm just looking around to see if there's any green squares to indicate I can buy them. Just a pulsar pursuit. Yeah, we need a lot more crypto. We've gone back into a lot of red too. There was something else for the blue. The auto collect doodad. Okay. But anyway, we're on. I guess we'll check out what Prestige 11 looks like right now. We have an insanity amount of health. I can't actually remember if that's much different though than what it was before. Do our auto pulsars pulse bullets too? No, I don't think they do. So we got a pretty crazy amount of health, but I don't think it's actually... I can't remember if it's more than before or not. This is the next day. I should have recorded it just back to back. I had a feeling like we're probably close to the end. If I stopped dilly-dallying on the upgrade screen probably so much and thinking so hard about it, you know, and just kind of went with the stuff. Probably be going along a little bit faster, right? Who cares? We're having a good time, though. Well, we were reaching in the boss, at least. That is true. We're actually, yeah, like, this is going very smoothly. No problems here. Hey, yellow, it's been a while. Did we actually kill it? No, we died. From hitting the boss? I don't know, but we got a crazy amount of resources, at least. So I'm pretty sure auto-collect is the only thing I can spend our blue chippies on. Pretty sure. So you get a crazy amount of health again. We did not beat the prestige, so we cannot go into that any further yet. All destroyed enemies have 1% chance to explode into a pulse. Plus 1% damage. I think like just lots of health is going to be the most impactful here if I were to guess, because armor scales with our health. And so does our damage does too, you know? So I think that's just going to be what you want to do. I have an SP. Actually, I don't know if I have anything left to spend SP on though, actually. So yeah, the health is going pretty crazy. It seemed like we just went straight down to 0 HP though. As soon as we saw that boss. That might do her. That might do her, actually. I'm already thinking about how, like, you know, we must be approaching the end. I'm gonna miss it, you know what I mean? I'm gonna miss it. It is getting incredibly busy on screen here. To the point where I wonder how much more they could really do before some people's PCs start collapsing and such, right? Boss has arrived. We are kind of lacking in damage, I gotta admit. So if I hit the boss directly, was that just gonna kill me? It didn't deal any damage to me. Huh. Oh, okay, we got it. Okay. There we go. Another one donezo. Another prestige done. Are there any more milestones? There are. Okay. Pretty normal looking milestones. Nothing fancy, really. Okay, good to know. So I do have an SP, but exploder area is maxed out. I don't have enough blue for the auto collect here. We can still get some more max health. I'm kind of leaning towards that being the thing. I guess I could up the pulsar pursuit soon, but yeah, I'll probably just stick to saving up for the auto collect because yeah, I just don't really see the point otherwise. Yeah, is it just going to be the max health? I think it's just going to be the max health. And now we can do going nowhere. And now it just says void. Now, I don't know if that has actually changed anything right now. We have some spare change on the damage here, so I guess we'll take that. There's boss damage. Crit chances at around 60%. Crit damage is around 40%. We'll take a couple there. One of the boss damage or something here. Sure. Sure. Prestige number 12. How different is it going to look at all? If at all here. Probably not very. I mean, prioritizing health feels correct to me. It feels correct. I'm kind of surprised we don't have anything to spend our SP on, though. I'm not injuring the cubes as much as before, I'll admit. Or rather, it doesn't really look like they're dying as quickly. It seems like when I do add to damage, like it's kind of just a tickle. You don't really feel a big difference, do you? Might be a sign. Behind with the times. I do wonder, like, the damage per second thing. I guess I died. Again, like, I was watching my health, and I never really saw it go down. Still not enough blue for the auto-collect, so we're not going to worry about that. There's always more armor. I could grab one to see. Okay, this one's actually capped anyway. Let's grab one on growing. So that's 1% armor for every second during this session. I would love to be able to see these numbers. We can cap out bit explosion. Doesn't go anywhere. I was kind of curious if it would go somewhere else after that, but it did not. We don't know how... I haven't tried this lightning rod thing, so I guess we'll get into that. Requires some amount. We have a bunch of crypto speed. I'm just going to convert everything basically there then. So we can have one lightning rod, which opens up a few more things. Aha! Somewhere to spend our SP too. Lightning chains +1 times. And then we have plus 50% lightning damage. And I guess I'll put into that with our blue and skip the auto collect, saving up for that. I don't really like saving up. Okay, so that might do something. We'll grab that boss damage too while we're here. Okay. Back at it we go. Oh, the lightning effect is actually quite cool, I gotta admit. Zappity zap. Things are moving pretty quickly now. It doesn't really explain... It does look like this is dealing a lot more damage. I don't know if we were really, you know, letting things go so much before. I'm not sure. Oh my god. It feels like we still haven't finished the auto pulsars, really, so... I think we need a lot more crypto here, too. Which means we need a lot more red. A lot of places to put it. I guess we died again. Like, we never finished off on the auto pulsar. Need a ton converted for that. Lightning chains an additional time. Plus 1% damage every second. I'm tempted to just try to cap out one of these, but they are very expensive. The boss one, I'm not so tempted to try to cap out right now. I wonder if the lightning is exceptionally good, and thus I should be focusing on it. I'm not sure. I don't know. Let's do that. We'll do 100k, which gives us one more lightning rod whenever we hit an enemy. Okay. And I'll spend whatever we got left somewhere down here, basically. Eventually cap that stuff out. Nothing else to do. Back at it for number 12. So lightning, I mean, it's so late. It should be very strong. I wonder if it scales off like our click damage in some way. I don't know. It doesn't really say. Because what's the point of me putting into strength if it turns out lightning is going to be doing most of the work now? I have no idea. I also don't really understand anymore, or maybe I never really understood what forces us to take damage exactly. We put quite a few points into the auto collect, but I can't really tell if and when it's working. Truth be told. I feel like it's getting a little laggy now with all the lightning too. I guess I died. Okay. Sure. More lightning damage. It does scale up quickly, too. We got some more red. Crypto mine. Let's do plenty for that so that we can grab... We could get the last auto pulsar. I'm kind of tempted. It just feels good to top it off, right? And I know I'm not taking the movement speed on because it feels strange to me to bother. And I guess I'll grab some crit damage. The leftovers that we got. Kind of want to remind myself, the only thing we have on the north side of the tree is the Void, for when we beat the Prestige, and the armor growing one, which is incredibly expensive. Over on the left side, I mean, I got one more in the Magnet. And then we have the Auto Collect, and that's it. So everything else is kind of southeast side, which is all lightning and damage related as far as I can tell. A quick recap where we are. So something's killing us like instantaneously, despite our health numbers. Lightning seems to be doing a good job though. Is it because I'm hitting these stars? Like, I'm just mostly watching our health here. I'm just so curious. It just seems like I attack something at some point, and then we die. I never actually see our health go below maximum. Oh, wait. Maybe I did for the briefest of moments there. There must be some kind of threshold. Whoa, it suddenly went down very rapidly for a moment. Yeah, it's hard to really tell, but it jumps back up just as quickly, which is interesting. Okay, I did a bunch of the crypto, so we can grab another lightning rod. I should probably get armor so we can actually get through this, though. So, yeah, the next session, we'll put it into growing, because that's the only thing left that will stop us from dying, as far as I can tell. Right? Maybe I could be aiming our pulsar here so that we're not over the most enemies. I don't know. Feels a bit odd, though. Yeah, it seems like the star-shaped things, they get you, basically. Oh, they get you. So maybe if I try to purposefully just make sure we're not aiming at them. Oh my god. A lag. The juicy lag. Oh, lovely. Oh, we did die, but we saw the boss. As a consolation prize, I guess. Upgrading the crypto money, I don't know how much it really matters, but yeah. I mean, this is crazy expensive too, though. So it's another 100K just to do that. So suddenly we're in a kind of a tight spot, I guess. I guess we'll hold off on the lightning for a minute here so we can polish off some of these or something. There we go. Crit chance is maxed. Sure, grab one on the boss damage. I don't think that's going to do a whole lot, but here we are. I wonder if you refuse to increase the damage numbers, how long would something like this take you? Well, you scaled up the armor, and I guess the health. Are we looking at time frames in, you know, the years? Probably. I'm guessing time frames somewhere that are astronomical. Because the boss never goes away. And as long as you can survive getting hit, or rather, survive without dying. You know what I mean. As long as you can survive, I think the boss would keep coming back. Here we go. Boss has been defeated. We got another milestone on our hands here. Got some extra blue. Lovely. Actually, yeah, the milestones might be a good clue as to how much of the game we have left. Lightning chains an additional time. More lightning damage. A couple more times. So now we can go into the void. Now what's it say? No return. Okay. I see. Things are about to get funky, I guess. I guess I should throw it into the armor if it's anything like the previous prestige, right? Like, it's the only one that makes sense. I feel like I'm not going to bother with boss damage here, though. We still have more blue needed there. Okay, I think we can go then. There's also the strength or damage per second thing, too. So this is the next prestige. I wouldn't be surprised if we get kind of like dump truck to some point here. I'm going to keep throwing everything into the lightning, essentially. Except for when we have some spare scraps. Just feels good to kind of spend that, get it out of the way. Have fewer options to have to remember. I saw us take a big chunk of damage there. So those damn spiky ball things. Zap, zap. It is getting a bit intense in terms of the visual effects. Wow, we've actually met the boss. I did not really expect. We actually beat it? Wow, we actually beat a back-to-back prestige, which is a little surprising. No return. Maxed. Where? Requires another prestige. You got it, buddy. So we've maxed out armor. There is no more. There is no more armor to be found. Okay. Lightning damage is actually maxed out too. Fascinating. So let's see. Oh, I don't have enough for another lightning rod. We still have learning. We still have crit damage. We still have Colossus Slayer. I still have one notch of magnet here that I've been refusing to grab. We're kind of broke after that. So we don't actually have anything to spend blue on, so I could consider Pulsar Pursuit. Maybe it's finally time. I put one level into it. Prestige number 14. What about a game like this that is kind of, I don't know, procedurally generated in some way? Whoa. You'd have to have, like, slightly different content per round. Somehow. Some way. Maybe the skill tree goes on forever. Would that be boring? Would that get boring if you just know it just keeps going and going and going? If you know that there is no end? Maybe. Would it just feel like work? It's interesting. If we knew that this game never ended, would we play it? I don't know. I would check it, maybe. But I eventually put it down once I find the formula, though. Good chance. Would that mean it wasn't worth checking? Oh, it might still be worth checking. Hey, we got another prestige. Where is now in the distance? I'm trying to, like, zoom out. Oh, you can zoom out. They kind of let you go surprisingly far up here. I gotta say. I thought maybe there was, like, a secret far away there or something like that. Okay. I guess we're gonna... These are pretty cheap, so yeah, I wanted to see if it did anything by maxing her out. But that is not the case. Lightning chain's an additional time. Seems like we might as well do the crypto mine and get more lightning rod here. Lightning rod is now maxed. Okay. We've spent everything. There's nowhere to go after lightning rod, it would appear. It would be interesting if it keeps going somehow after this. Doing so many prestige will eventually take you somewhere else, too. I don't know, maybe. Oh my god. That chain lightning. How do we feel about the CRT effect here, as we call it? I guess if you don't know what I mean, it's like the scan lines on the screen. Notice how the corners, they're slightly rounded. Meant to imitate the old school CRTs. I guess it's very possible someone watching here doesn't know what that is. And it's just the old televisions, the non-flat screens, the boob tubes as we may have called them. Woo! There we go, okay. We're not losing, ever. First step, in the distance. Something happens. I see. Not disturbing at all. Lightning chain up. Learning. Learning. Crit damage is max, but now we have even more crit damage. Okay, I guess that's what we'll focus on instead of the other. That's a lot of crit damage now. Oh, now we have enough blue to keep going into the auto-collect as well. I know, I bet it's killing you that I haven't maxed out the magnet here, too. I bet it's eating you up inside. Eventually, auto-collect will just be 100% though, right? Magnet's still kind of expensive. It's like 70k. It's not a small amount. I'm not even aiming at enemies anymore. I'm mostly just waving my mouse around to try to collect. Seems unnecessary, you know? Boom, boom, ba-doom. I mean, we're mostly just waiting now. The boss will cometh. Doesn't seem like much can kill us anymore, which is surprising because we haven't really grown in terms of like armor or anything. The boss has been defeated. Looks like we are getting more resources per lap now too. So it's kind of an indicator of how much more you get per prestige. Something happens, event horizon. How much further we gotta go, you think? So we need to convert this into the cryptography. It is instantaneous. Big crit. Okay, good enough for me. That requires SP. Don't have enough for the auto-collect, don't have enough for the magnet. We are on to prestige number 17. It's kind of a good question here, because it's kind of a good question, how long should a game like this be? Was it a concern when developing it? Like, okay, the game gets boring after a certain amount of hours. We actually have to strip back some content. Maybe. Maybe it gets too predictable. I think that's where the strength lies in these games. You need to do something unpredictable. You need to surprise the players. That's kind of all games, perhaps. You need to surprise the players in some way. With a fancy new weapon they weren't expecting, a plot twist in the story, an additional feature, an additional mechanic, complexity, difficulty. Who knows, right? If there's no surprises in a game, it's probably not going to be a very fun game. Right? If everything just happens as you expect it. Event horizon done. Singularity is up next. Okay, then. So, let me see. Okay, we're working on big crit. I'm kind of tempted because the boss's one is just cheap. Tis maxed. Magnet. Just sitting there, taunting us. Okay. Big crit. Maxed. We have nothing left to spend. There's 2 things left on the board. 1 magnet. Oh, sorry, 3 things. Auto-collect. And chain lightning upgrades. Well, 4 things if you count this weird interstellar reference tree up at the top. Things aren't even getting toward the center anymore. It's a bit different. I haven't really been thinking that hard about the upgrades and how that would affect us. So biggest surprise in a video game, but isn't super recent so that we don't spoil people. What do you got for me? I remember as a kid, probably the biggest thing was Ares dying in Final Fantasy VII. Give me your references. I'd say if you want... Oh, I actually died because I hit one of these spikes, I think. Make sure your surprises are a bit old. Auto-collect. 1 more. Everything over here is done except for that. Alright, fine. Magnet is finished. There's nothing left, huh? Double checking myself because it's kind of easy to mix up the colors here. I just got to go back. Okay. So now we only need blue in levels. Autocollect would be very convenient right now, too. And when Ares died in Final Fantasy VII, I wasn't even playing the game. I was watching a sibling play. But I was paying so much attention to the playthrough. And while I don't think I really understood what was going on in the game, nor do I still understand what the hell happened in the game of Final Fantasy VII for the most part, I understood who the characters were, who was important, and who you should feel for. So seeing them kill off Ares was actually, as a, I don't know, 10-year-old, it was sort of a big deal. It was a big surprise for me. Especially since, you know, they surprise you with that because this is a character that you can invest in. You can put points into, so to speak, right? It was definitely a shock. Kind of forgot what we need here. We got 1.8 million red. All right, here we go. Boss done. Singularity done. Oh, what do we got? Unlock the laboratory. It cost 1 bit. Or increased yellow enemy spawn rate. Now, why would I want that? So now we have the lab unlocked. I mean, I have to do it, right? I can't just ignore it. I have to do it. So the lab is now up top. Lab. But we have to deposit crypto. Research process. God Virus Research Lab. Invest Netcoin into developing the God Virus. Alright. I mean, how much? Oh, like a lot. Like a lot. Okay. Can we keep going up in prestige now? We have nowhere to even put the prestige. It's kind of just about collecting enough. Like, making more yellow enemy spawn doesn't seem like a big deal because we instantaneously transform all crypto in right away. Like, that doesn't seem to be a problem. It might be a while before we can actually get anywhere near that amount. Like, looking at how much we deposited, like 3%. I wonder, should I even go up in prestige here? I guess I will. Boss has been defeated. I guess we will in case it's some kind of important part of it. So the chain lightning is now maxed. Nowhere to go after that. Double checking up here. Nothing left. We got 1.2 million I can put in the lab. I'm waiting on auto collect, which just requires blue, so that's not so bad. Oh, I cannot upgrade the speed any further. I guess it's done. So lab. It just looks like such a small amount. Prestige 20. That's not where we were before, right? There's still a progress bar, so... I was kind of really hoping auto-collect would be topped off right about now. So I don't have to wave my hand around. I like how I'm acting like it's the end of the world. This is when they suddenly revealed the second skill tree. The flip side of the board, right? Ooh, old school surprises in video games. Symphony of the Night, Castlevania. This whole second half to the game, all of a sudden, I'm like, what? No way. I couldn't believe it. I was actually in shock. I was like, nah, it's just gonna be like one little area. One little upside down area where we are, you know, that's it. It's not gonna be the whole map. It was the whole map. I had no clue. I had no clue. Milestone, more blue. There's still actually quite a few milestones left to be had, interestingly. Okay. I wish you could just... There was a button to just do it all here, right? It's so little. It's so little, right? Wait, hold on. Go back. Still not enough to do another level of auto collect. Prestige is still going up. And I guess I'm going to continue to push it. I really would have enjoyed seeing whatever stats we have here. And we can see our health, but we can't see our armor. Can't see our quote-unquote damage. Can't see the damage of the lightning rods or the pulse bolts or anything like that. It would have been fun to see how it grows and what causes each to grow the best, I guess you could say, right? I guess you should keep going up in prestige though, because you get more money, and as long as you're not dying, right? It seems like this is what you should do. For a second there, I thought we got like different music, but not really. Another one down. Kind of got to remind myself. One on the auto collect. Crypto mine. 3 million. I'm just going to do it a million at a time at this point, right? Prestige number 22. Maybe. I wonder how exponential the growth in bit collection is here per prestige. I don't know. It doesn't really feel like we get that many more blue still. It's quite interesting that they have a node to help increase the appearance of yellows, as if that was necessary. Is it possible to get yourself in a place where you get there that early that you don't have a lot of yellows? Am I slow? It's very possible. Bossa came, Bossa went. 6 million? It is growing fast, huh? The blue ain't. The blue is not. To the lab. I mean, it's certainly a lot more than the previous session. Prestige number 23. I guess I'm kind of still trying to avoid the spiky things here. Just in case. Yeah, we don't have a lot to manage. Back in town. We've kind of narrowed our focus down. It makes me think of Cookie Clicker, and there's always like, you always had to diversify your portfolio is the best way I can describe it. 11 million. There we go. Prestige number 24. So we went from 6 million to 11 million. And before the 6 million, I think it was like 3 million. So is it almost doubling per session? We'll see. So if we were around 11 million, are we going to break somewhere around 20 million this one? I don't think I had enough for more auto collects though still. Is it exponential like that? I went to school for computer science, and I have no idea how you would handle extremely large numbers like what we see in games like this. Games like Balatro, too, where it enters scientific notation. I don't remember enough about it, but I remember large numbers are a problem. Numbers like that, at least. Okay. 25 unlocked. Still not enough to finish off the auto collect. We only got 14 million this time also. So it did not increase at the rate that I assumed. No, I feel the need to check myself because I'm going to be really embarrassed if it turns out, if y'all tell me like, hey, you missed a node. It was sitting there. It was really important too. You needed it. Our health has not actually gone up that much. It's like 20%, I'd say. Maybe 30% since we started today, right? Guess it's not a small amount. I guess she ain't a small amount. Is that what's keeping our scaling up? Because our health increases the more we play. And both our armor and our strength or damage, I guess, scale off of our max health. So our max health is scaling faster than the enemies can, which is keeping everything else up with it. Maybe that's the trick. That's why we're able to just keep going. There was nowhere left to go, it says. I see. So I think we're done with the prestiges. Is that what it's telling me? Yeah, we're still not done leveling up auto collect. We still have a surprising amount left, I gotta say. There we go. Okay, yeah, prestige for 25 is it. There was still a progress bar when we go back. I don't remember, because we had to repeat some old prestiges. There was one that we sat around in for like a while. It just went on forever. So wait, what happens now? Does a boss still spawn? Because it didn't spawn before, but I don't remember if there was a progress bar or not. Do we just sit here for a long time, alone with our thoughts? That's what my wife hates. That's what she complains about. If I spend too long working or something, she's like, you left me alone with my thoughts. I'm like, what does that mean? Kind of true, though. You ever bored for too long? It's like, fuck. Ah. There is still a boss. There's nowhere left to go. We get 22 million per session, though, which is the most per time. The best we can do per time, I guess, is what I mean. Wait a minute. It is all converting. Oh, it's actually not instantaneous, I just realized. Oh. Wait, was I not paying attention? Alright, either way, we gotta go back. Was it actually not all done last time? Maybe not last time, at least. One more? It might be two more. One or two more, I think, is all we need now. They need a little bit more of a carrot here, I think, for us. I kind of miss being, just having to choose something on the tree and act like I'm making important choices that increases our efficiency. Now I have no such choices left. And I'm sad. I miss those days. It's interesting because we only have 10% left that does not auto-collect, but then when you look around the board, if I don't move my mouse, like right there, I probably missed out on quite a bit there too, by just showing that example. 10% chance to automatically collect enemy drops when dropped. We're only at 70%, I just realized. Okay, I understand then. It camps out at 80%, interestingly. Oh, that's kind of lame. Is it enough? It's not going to be enough, is it? I don't think so. It is enough! Virus ready. Deploy the virus. Deploying virus. Virus deployed. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Nodebuster. We knew it was a short game, but boy, was it fun. For a few bucks, I am more than happy with it. More than happy. I'm curious what happens when we hit this button here. It actually takes you back. It's kind of good just to look around, because I would be curious what finishing the autocollect would do, but it would still require several minutes of us just probably farming, and I guess we won't waste our time doing that. But what a great little game it was, huh? Really, really enjoyed myself for the $3-ish or whatever we spent for it. Absolutely amazing game. Highly recommend it. If y'all got some game recommendations, make sure you let me know in the comments. Like and subscribe if you have not. I really hope you all enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. And I'll see you in the next video.